SevereMMA, and we're alongside one of the Dinky Ninjas amateurs, and a pleasure to speak to, really, because these are the guys that in a few years the rest of us will be watching on TV going, hey, where did this kid come from? I'm with Kieran Conlin. Conlin, I've got that right. And you're a 2-0 amateur now with Dinky. First thing I have to ask is, how old are you?
19.
19. We used to like him. First off, for us outside of Scotland, the Dinky Ninjas fight team is synonymous with Scottish MMA. They are the team to be in if you're going to be involved in MMA. How did you find them, and why are they such a good fit for you?
I found them first. My brother and my dad used to train like years ago, and I played football. And then just during the off season I went down with my brother to try a class. I just loved it for there. Just kept going, and eventually got offered full-time contract at football, and I said no, stayed on at school, and I jumped football, wanted to fight.
Is this a career choice?
Yeah.
This is your life?
Yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm studying to be a sports therapist, but the goal is to work for myself, so as I can fit my training around a bit my work, so as I can choose my hours and stuff. This is what I want to do.
This is going to be a stupid question, because here we are at the Dinky Ninjas high level talking to Dinky, but why did there must be other teams? Why was the Dinky Ninjas the right fit for you?
I think if you want to get to it, like to the highest level, you need to train with the best guys, and this is the best team in Scotland. There's no doubt about it. And the reputation speaks for itself. It's really a no-brainer. Like, this is a team that you need to be at if you want to go places. And I started with the Dinky Ninjas. I knew the guys down in Dumbarton. I come from Clydebank, so that travel here is over 70 miles round trip. I'm doing that a few times a week, 5 times a week. So coming through here, I started down at Dumbarton, and I started training with James in Glasgow. And then moved through here. Well, I'm still staying in Glasgow, but moved my training through here when James is like my head coach. So I'm coming through here, and you see the fighters that James is producing, the boys that you spoke to tonight. If you want to be the best, you need to train with the best, and that's the sacrifice I've had to make. I've had to travel.
I assume that a lot of people can come and train at train at the Grip House. They train down here. How does it work getting on the fight team? Is that a request that you make? Is it a request that your coaches go, look, we think you're ready, do you want to? How does that work?
I think it depends on the individual. When I started the first time, I had been training about a week, and I was saying, look, when can I fight? When can I fight? And it was like, look, you're not ready. Whereas other guys might not ask, but they're training, they're working hard, and maybe like James might say, look, listen, how do you feel about a fight? We feel like you might be ready, and it's up to the individual. Some people just like to train just for the sake of training, but other people may want to compete, and they're the people who they'll either be asked, or you find that you're asking. I was asking straight away, look, when can I fight? And it was like, I'm not ready, you've only trained a week, maybe a wee bit longer. So it just depends on the individual. Just depends their goals, whether they want to train to get fit or train to compete.
When you're competing under the Dinky Ninja Fight Team banner, again, because I don't compete, I don't fight. Is there pressure representing the Dinky Ninja? Are you expected to win, or are you expected to perform? How does that work?
I think it's different. People outside the gym might think that way, or he's from the Dinky Ninjas, we expect him to win. But the way it is in the gym, you put the work in the gym, then you're going to be confident going in. The pressure in the fight, I don't really find pressure. I find that if I've had a good camp, and I'm confident that I'm going to go in and win. James doesn't put any pressure on you. James just wants you to go out and perform, and each fight's different, so he wants you to show from one fight to the next. He wants you to show the improvements. So I don't really find there's a lot of pressure. I find that it's like a privilege to represent it. It's not like pressure. It's like a privilege to represent the gym, represent the team, and I find you feel proud going out wearing the badge.
Well, you say you feel proud, and in 9 weeks' time, On Top is coming back. I know it's a big promotion in Scotland. A lot of the Dinky Ninjas have fought on it historically in the past. You're going in for your 3rd fight.
Yeah.
I know it's 9 weeks out and it's an amateur fight. Do you know anything about the opponent yet? And does it matter?
I don't know anything about the opponent yet, but it doesn't really matter. The way I see it is, I'm going out to do what I do. He needs to think about that. I don't need to think about what he does. I'm going to be better prepared. Nobody's going to be training with the guys that we're training with. So whatever my opponent gives me in the fight, I've seen it 100 times in the gym. I'll know how to cope with it. My preparation will be brilliant. So I know for a fact that if I'm going in, I'm going to be ready. It doesn't really matter what my opponent's going to bring.
I'll ask one more question, and I think it's going to get a little bit maudlin, so I'm sorry. I'm not asking for you to, wipe a tear away or anything, but simply put, what does the Dinky Ninjas mean to Scottish MMA? Do we have Scottish MMA as we know it now without a Dinky Ninjas fight team? How important are they and the team to the progression of Scottish MMA?
Well, Scottish MMA wouldn't be a thing without the Dinky Ninjas. The people that started it, James, Paul McVeigh, John Nicholson, they're the three guys who started, and then you've got guys like Gary Christie, guys like that. Scottish MMA would be in the ruts if it wasn't for the guys. They've brought it to where it is. Still got a long way to go, but it's a big improvement from where it first started.
And being on the team, the UFC've just come. You've seen teammates compete at that level. How good does that feel? Like, how much of a fire does that light under your belly?
Being there was amazing. Seeing teammates like James. James isn't just like your coach. James is everybody's friend in here. So seeing like your friend like Stevie, seeing him, he's like a friend. Seeing them going out, getting the well-deserved win. It was amazing. It was unreal. Like seeing guys that you see in the gym, just normal guys who just train hard, being on the biggest stage in the world and getting the win.
Stevie, he's been pretty tight with his bonus though. Has he been throwing any money towards anybody? Has he bought anybody anything in the gym?
I think you need to ask Stevie that. No comment.
I did ask him. He was very, kept his cards close to his chest. It was a real pleasure. Thank you ever so much.